Okay friends, so I bought this Ram 1500 specifically for the 5.7 Hemi power. We all know it and we all love it. One thing I noticed though when I'm driving it is it definitely feels as though something's going on within the engine that's kind of bothersome to me. I like to have the full Hemi power all the time. There's something going on in there that I want to talk about. It changes things a little bit. Let's get into it. MDS essentially stands for Multiple Displacement System. So essentially what it's going to go ahead and do is turn off 4 of your 8 cylinders. You have a V8 engine, which of course is going to have a lot of power and use a lot of gas. The way that it's going to do that is to turn off 4 of the injectors, and then it's also got some solenoids that are located inside the engine that are going to collapse the valves for the intake and the exhaust. And this is of course going to help with fuel economy and reduce the amount of emissions getting pushed out into the atmosphere. Now, some people will tell you by pushing on your tow/haul button on your Ram 1500, that's going to deactivate your engine's MDS system. Well, that's kind of true and it's kind of false. For the 6-cylinder transmissions, you will notice that it does actually deactivate the MDS system. Unfortunately, on the 8 cylinders, it doesn't do that. Essentially, all it's really going to do for that is just kind of change your shift patterns for your transmission. Now, we should probably mention that there's going to be a difference between the 6-speed and the 8-speed transmissions. What you're probably going to notice is for the 6 speeds, you might have a shifter that looks a lot like this, and essentially you can just come on down here like this, and then you can just go ahead and go to the left, which is essentially going to put it into manual shift mode, and then just go ahead and shift this all the way over until you come up to 6th gear for the 6 speed. Now other trucks, what you might happen to notice is you don't have a shifter like this. Some of the trucks are going to have a little knob right here that's going to go park, reverse, neutral, drive, and so on. If that's the case, you're going to come right over here to your steering wheel, and you're going to find your little shift buttons here. Mine doesn't have it because my shift linkage is down lower. Essentially, just go ahead and push that little negative button or down button, and essentially that's going to put it into shift mode. The next thing you want to do is continue by pressing up until you get to the maximum amount of gears that your truck has, if it's a 6 or an 8. And if you have a column shifter up here, you're essentially going to have those same buttons up here, and it's the same thing. Just press the negative while you're in drive, it's going to put it into shift for you, and then just go ahead and press positive until you get up to your maximum shift range. So now by having your gauge cluster set so you have the maximum amount of gears used while you're driving, you can continue driving. And what you're going to notice is your MDS system is not going to be kicking on. So essentially you're going to be staying in all 8 cylinders all the time for maximum horsepower and torque. Something that I wanted to mention real quick before somebody leaves it in the comments section, the MDS and the EcoLite aren't necessarily part of the same system. You might happen to notice that it seems as though they both kind of activate/deactivate at approximately the same times, but it's 2 complete separate units/systems of your vehicle. So now we have our automotive scanner hooked up to it, so you can see that the MDS is actually activating and deactivating. So right now I can tell just by listening to the engine, it's activated. I'm going to give it a little bit more gas, and you can see that it deactivates. I'm going up a hill right now. So once we get over the top of this hill and we get to a nice flat surface, I'll show you it come back on again. Now I'm just going to go ahead and push that tow haul button. And as you can tell, it deactivates. I'm going to go ahead and push it so it's off now. And now we're cruising on 4 cylinders again. So now I'm just going to go ahead and use my shifter. I'm going to drop it down 1 gear here, and then I'm going to put it into my maximum range, which for me is 6, like I said. And what we're going to notice is that the MDS does not kick on. I can cruise along all day like this. No MDS, full power. A good reason why you might want to have MDS system inside a truck like this is essentially for when you're cruising down the highway and you're not necessarily using so much throttle, you're just overall cruising. This is going to help make it so you're the most fuel efficient as possible. Okay, so now that's a quick, easy way of temporarily disabling your truck's MDS system. If, of course, you want to do it permanently, you can go out and buy yourself a tuner. Otherwise, just take a couple extra seconds, set it like this, and you should be good to go. I hope you liked the video. I hope you learned a little something. If you did, and you want to talk about it, leave it in the comments section below, because I always love to hear from you. If you liked the video, smash on the like button for me. It would mean the world. While you're at it, go ahead and subscribe and ring the bell. That way there you can be kept up with all of our latest content. Thanks.